What's going on, everyone? Welcome on back to the channel. It is Sunday, May 4th. Happy Sunday to all. We have a 16-game MLB slate on tap for today. Real quick, a recap of yesterday. There was a rain out, the New York Mets-St. Louis game, so only 14 games were played. In those 14 games, we went 8-6 on our money line. We went 9-5 on our over-unders. No parlays hit. These are not days we like. Look, you know, on this channel, we don't come here and say we're up. How much we won? 2 over on our over-unders, 4 over. We never will come here and say, look, we're up 6 units and we're happy. No, that 6 units only made us a $45 profit. That is not what we want. You know, over here, I count my losses. We count everything. We try to be as transparent as possible. Not the day we wanted. Like I said, 16 games on tap for today. Tons of money to be made. Real quick, I just want to tell you guys, thank you guys for clicking on this video. I hope you guys and your family enjoy your Sunday. Remember, it's the last day of the weekend. Back to the nonsense. Let's try to make some money. Guys, do not forget, our dollar parlay plays at the end of the video. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. First game of the day, the New York Mets in St. Louis. Today, the Mets are starting a pitcher by the name of Blade Tidwell. This will be his first career start. He's never pitched in the majors. Also this morning, it's about 9 o'clock right now, the Mets are still the money line favorites here. With all of that being said, we are playing the home dogs in this game. We are taking the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. Game total, 8.5, and we're playing over in this one, over 8.5 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, we're going with the New York Mets Lindor, and we're going with the St. Louis Cardinals Nootbaar. Onto the pitching props, and we're only playing 1 pitching props here, and it's Fedde of the St. Louis Cardinals. We're playing him to go over 3.5 Ks. Righty on after that, we got the Kansas City Royals in Baltimore looking to go for the sweep today, and we're playing them to get it. We're playing Kansas City on the money line in this one. Game total's at 9.5, and we're playing the under in this one, under 9.5 total. We're looking at our hitter props. We're playing Bobby Witt Jr. and O'Haron for the Baltimore Orioles. Moving on to our pitching props here. We're playing Lorenzen to go over 3.5 Ks. This is the lowest his line has been. His last 2 starts, his line has been at 4.5 both times. Today at 3.5, we like this line. Baltimore is top 10 in team strikeouts. After that, we got Gibson. Gibson, who made his last start against the Yankees, gave up 5 home runs in the first. Struck out 2, though. Today, not facing the Yankees, we're playing him to go over his line. So both starting pitchers today, over 3.5 Ks. On after that, San Diego in Pittsburgh taking on the Pirates. This series is split going into today, and we're playing Pittsburgh on the money line in this one. Game total's at 8.5, and we like the under in this one, under 8.5 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 Pirates. We're going with Reynolds as well as Cruz to both have 2 total. Today, San Diego will be starting a pitcher. This will be his first start. His name is Kolek. And we're not taking no line on him. We have no info on him, no plate. We are taking Haney for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Starting pitcher Haney to go over his line, over 3.5 strikeouts in this one. Moving along, this has been a good series so far. It's split coming into today. The Minnesota Twins in Boston taking on the Red Sox. With Crochet on the mount today for the Sox. At home, we are playing Boston, who are favored to cover the 1.5 runs in this one. Game total's at 8.5, and we like the under 8.5 total. We look at our hitting props. 2 Red Sox. We're playing Alex Bregman as well as Trevor Story to both have 2 total bases. Then we look at our pitching props. We're going with Paddock of the Twins to go under his 4.5 K line. Crochet, we're playing him to go over 6.5 Ks in this one. Moving along, another series that's split coming into today. A AL East matchup. Tampa Bay in the Bronx taking on the Yankees. And today we are playing the New York Yankees on the money line. The game total's at 9, and we're playing under in this one, under 9. At Yankee Stadium, you know the runs always get put up quick. The last 3 days in New York, the wind has been strong, and today it's projecting to be the same with possible rain. We like the under in this one. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 Yankees. We're going with Paul Goldschmidt as well as Ben Rice of the Yankees. Then we look at our pitching props in this one, and we're playing 2 overs. We're playing Bradley of the Tampa Bay Rays to go over 5.5 strikeouts, and we're playing Warren of the New York Yankees to go over 4.5 Ks in this one. On after that, another series that split coming into today. Cleveland taking this one yesterday. The Guardians in Toronto taking on the Blue Jays. And today, we're playing Toronto on the money line. The game total set at 8, and we're playing the over in this one, over 8 total. Then we look at our hitting props. We go to Cleveland to take Manzardo, and we go to Toronto to take Springer to both have 2 total in this one. Then we look at our pitching props in this game, and we're playing 2 unders. We're playing Bibee to go under 4.5 Ks, and we're playing Francis of the Jays to go under 4.5 strikeouts as well. Moving along, we have the Athletics in Miami, another series that split. Miami taking this one yesterday, and today we are taking the Athletics, who are favored to cover the 1.5 runs. Game total set at 8, and we're playing game total set at 8.5, and we're playing over 8.5 total. Going on to our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're playing Soderstrom of the Athletics and Stowers of the Miami Marlins. Then we move on to our pitching props, and we're playing Sayers of the Athletics to go over his line, over 4.5 Ks. But we're taking Cabrera of the Miami Marlins to go under his line, under 5.5 strikeouts. Moving along here, we have the Phillies looking for the sweep today. We've called this game correct both days in a row, and today we have the Phillies getting the sweep. We're playing the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line. The game total set at 9, and we're playing under 9 total. Moving on to our hitter props here, we're playing Naylor of the Arizona Diamondbacks and Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies to both have 2 total. Looking at our pitching props here, we're playing the unders for both starting pitchers. Rodriguez under 5.5 Ks, and Suarez of the Phillies, who's making his first start of the season, we're playing him to go under his line as well. We're expecting limited innings. We're not expecting him to go past the 6th. Under 4.5 strikeouts as well. Right, moving along, this will be my biggest long shot upset of the day. We are playing the Chicago White Sox here on the money line. The game total set at 8.5, and we're playing the over in this one, over 8.5 total. Onto the hitting props. We go to Houston to take out Tuve, and we go to Chicago to take Benintendi. Moving on to our pitching props here. And McCullers of the Houston Astros will be making his first start this season. We're playing him to go under his line, under 4.5 Ks. Wilson of the Chicago White Sox, we're playing him to go over his line, over 2.5 strikeouts. On after that, we have an NL Central matchup. It's a good pitching matchup today. The Cubs in Milwaukee looking for the sweep, and we got them getting it. We're playing the Cubs on the money line. The game total set at 7.5, and we're playing the over in this one, over 7.5 total. We look at our hitting props, and we're taking 2 Cubbies in this one. We're playing Suzuki as well as Kyle Tucker to both have 2 total. Moving on to our pitching props here, and we're playing Ignagma of the Chicago Cubs to go over his line, over 5.5 Ks. But we're playing Peralta of the Milwaukee Brewers to go under his line, under 6.5 strikeouts today. On after that, a AL West matchup, Seattle in Texas looking for the sweep today, and we got them avoiding it. We're playing Texas on the money line. Game total set at 8.5. We're playing the over in this one, over 8.5 total. Moving on to our hitter props, we take Seattle Mariners, Cal Raleigh to have 2 total, as well as Seager of the Texas Rangers to both have 2 total bases. Moving on to our pitching props for today's game, and we like the overs for both starting pitcher. Evans of the Seattle Mariners, we're playing him to go over 3.5 strikeouts. DeGrom of the Texas Rangers, over 6.5 Ks today. Up next, an NL West matchup. San Francisco looking for the sweep today, facing the Rockies at home. San Francisco favored at home today, and we're playing them plus the runs to cover the 1.5 runs. Game total is set at 7.5. We're playing over in this one. Over 7.5 total. We're going to our hitting props. 2 Giants. We're playing Yastrzemski as well as Jung Ho Lee. Then we look at our pitching props for this game. And we're playing Marquez of the Colorado Rockies to go over his line. Over 3.5 strikeouts. But we're playing Logan Webb to go under his line. Under 7.5 Ks today. On after that is our play of the game from yesterday. It killed me that this game didn't hit. We got everything correct except the pick. I picked Detroit and the Angels won. Had Detroit won, all of our player props, everything would have been a hit. We do not dwell on that. Today, we are playing the Detroit Tigers on the money line. Game total 8.5. We're playing over in this one. Over 8.5 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're playing 2 Tigers. We're playing Carpenter as well as Green to both have 2 total in this one. On to our pitching props. And we're playing 2 unders in this one. We're playing Olsen of the Tigers under 5.5 Ks. Kotchowitz of the Los Angeles Angels under 3.5 strikeouts. Alrighty guys, down to our final 3 games of the day. First we start off with our first. Today we have 2 plays of the day. 2 games where I recommend if you're going to put $1 on a single game parlay, 2 of them today. The first one being Washington in Cincinnati. The series is split entering today. And we're playing Cincinnati on the money line. Game total set at 8.5. We're playing the over in this one. Over 8.5 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases. We're playing 3 batsmen today. We're taking Lowe of the Nationals. Friedel of the Cincinnati Reds, as well as Ellie De La Cruz of the Reds. Moving on to the pitching props for this game. We're going with Gore to go over his line of 6.5 strikeouts. We're playing Martinez of the Cincinnati Reds to go under his line. Under 4.5 Ks. Remember also our first play of the day. On after that, it's the second game of the doubleheader. The New York Mets in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. And in this one, in the night game, we're playing the Mets on the money line. Game total set at 8. And we're playing the under in this one. Under 8 total. For our hitting props, 2 total bases, 2 Mets. We're going with Soto and Vientos to both have 2 total in this one. Looking at the pitching props, and we're playing 2 overs. We're playing McGill to go over 4.5 strikeouts. And we're playing Palenti to go over 3.5 Ks in this one. All right, guys, down to the final game of the day. This is my second play of the day. This is the more traditional one. The last game we have 3 batters. This will be our straight 6-leg parlay if you're going to play it. We're taking the Los Angeles Dodgers on the money line. The game total set at 9, and we like the over in this one. Over 9 total. For our hitting props, we're going with 2 Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani and Mookie Betts. Then we look at our pitching props, and we're going with 2 overs in this one. We're playing May of the Dodgers to go over 3.5 strikeouts, as well as Elder of the Braves to go over 3.5 Ks. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, our $3 parlay plays of the day. We start off with our pitching props parlay, and we start off in Chicago with the White Sox starting pitcher, Wilson, to go over his line. Chicago Cubs starting pitcher, Iganagma, to go over his line. Minnesota starting pitcher, Paddock, to go under his line. Arizona starting pitcher, Rodriguez, to go under his line. And finally, Colorado Rockies starting pitcher, Marquez, to go over his line. All 5 of those gentlemen in a $1 parlay should pay exactly $22. Moving on to our hitter props, 2 total bases. And we start off in Seattle, where we're taking Cal Raleigh. Detroit Tigers hitter, Carpenter. Cubs, Suzuki. Toronto Blue Jays, Springer. And San Francisco Giants, Yastrzemski. All 5 of those gentlemen in a $1 parlay pays $35 to $40. Then finally, our home run parlay. We start off in Seattle again, where we're taking Cal Raleigh. We go into Detroit to take Carpenter. And we go to New York to take Yankees, Aaron Judge. All 3 of those gentlemen in a $1 parlay pay $75. Once again, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate all of you guys. I hope you guys enjoy your Sundays, enjoy your day off, and I'm hoping we all make some money today, and I hope to catch you guys on the next one.